Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today's live kitchen, we're going to be making homemade pizza. So very quickly I'm going to show you how I make my pizza dough. This is 400 grams of plain flour. To this I'm going to add 2 teaspoons, that's 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of easy bake yeast. I'll just bring this all together very quickly. So this is the easiest way that I make pizza dough. Okay, I'm going to add, this is 250 ml of water, and straight away I'll add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're simply going to mix this all together. Just bring this all together. I always have a bowl of flour beside me. It's a flour I call just in case. So sometimes depending on the weather, you might need a little bit more flour. That's okay. Or you might need a little bit more liquid. So you always have a little bowl of flour beside you to make sure. So I'm going to use my clean hands and begin to bring this dough together. Just gently knead and bring it all together. Very simple way to make a pizza dough. That's it. This looks just perfectly fine. Once you've brought this all together, just knead it for about 30 seconds. That's all you ever need. No more than that. I'm going to simply, that's it. That's your pizza dough. But you're going to need to leave this pizza dough to rise for about 1 to 2 hours. Don't worry, you don't have to wait that long. I made one earlier. So I'm going to simply put olive oil in the bowl. Just roll this dough in the bowl like that. And simply use a cling film to cover it. Just cover it up, and would normally leave that to rise for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. That should be great. So once you've covered this, you'll need a cloth. Just keep it covered and just leave it to rise for about 2 hours. And here's one I made earlier today. If you can see, that's been rising for at least 2 hours. So if you open it, see, the yeast has done a wonderful work. So this has been left to rise 2 hours, and it's perfect and ready for pizza making. So very quickly, I like to flour my board. I'll take this aside for a minute. Bring the dough straight onto the board. just love to press the dough when it can do that. It just shows that it's been proved and perfectly ready. So your pizza dough is ready right here to be baked. Normally just bring it all together, give it a nice little knead. Doesn't need too much because the yeast has done a good job. Just probably want to push it down just a little bit. So I've already preheated my oven to gas max 7. That's 220 degrees straight away. So that dough is ready to make 2 large pizzas. So I'm going to be making a pepperoni pizza, apple, and ham. So by all means, you can use a rolling pin, but sometimes I just like to use my hands to just flatten the dough as you go along. But I'll bring the rolling pin just to show you. If you want to use a rolling pin, I'll clear this off for a minute. Just gently glide and turn, glide and turn. What you're doing is basically looking for a circle. Maybe not a very perfect circle, but you're really just trying to get something in a circular shape. Just glide and roll. So you can just use your hands to do it. Otherwise, just use a little rolling pin. Glide, roll, turn it around until you've gotten a thin, medium to thin crust. I like a nice medium thin crust, not too thick, not too thin, just enough. So if you can see, I've managed to get a semicircle. That's not a perfect circle. It's a semicircle. So that's okay. That's just enough for the pizza we need for this evening's tea time dinner. So I'm going to bring this tray over. This is a pizza baking tray. What I like to do is use a little bit of semolina and just sprinkle on the bottom of the pizza tray. Just a little bit. What it does, it helps the pizza not to stick to the bottom of the pizza tray. So I'll simply lift this and place it nicely in my pizza tray. And you want to try and get a little bit of an edge corner. So I'm going to roll at the same time and pinch the corners just to help stop any spilling. Just around the edges. I want to create a little barrier just around the edges, like that. Okay. Pizza making is definitely a dirty, messy job. So just clean along as you go. Just give my table a quick wipe and we'll continue. Okay? So I've got over here a nice little tomato sauce. You just take that. It's going to be a base for my pizza. I'll just take one nice little scoop and just go around in a circular motion. Depends on how much tomato sauce you want. It's totally up to you. Don't want too much, just enough. You have enough sauce all around the edges, just like that. Okay, I think that's okay. Once we got the tomato sauce in, over here I've got a mixture of mozzarella and cheddar cheese. So I'm going to be using that to create a nice little base for our pizza today. Sprinkle the cheese all over. If you can tell, I really do like cheese. So depending on what kind of cheeses you like, I like mozzarella because it gives it that nice little stretch. So I'll put it all over, not forgetting the corners, the edges. That's it. So for our first pizza today, I'm making a pepperoni one. So for my topping, I'll be using pepperoni. I'll put that right here and simply take some pepperoni and place it sparingly, just around. You can do this as much or as little as you want. Maybe just the one in the middle, and that's fine. Our first pizza is ready. I'll just sprinkle on a tiny little drizzle of olive oil on the top, and I'm going to throw these straight into the oven, and it shall be roasting or baking for 10 to 12 minutes. So I've just put that straight in the oven, and we're going to begin with our second pizza, which is going to be the ham and pineapple pizza. That's the second dough that we cut and left earlier, if you remember. So I'm just going to simply push this down, just like we did to the other one. Turn it around, push it down, turn it around, push it down. Before I continue, I'm going to quickly put a timer for 12 minutes for the other pizza. It's very easy to forget. So once it's 12 minutes, I'll check on the other pizza. It should be ready. So I'm going to again use the rolling pin and try as much as I can to get a little semicircle. If I can get a perfect circle, that'd be great. Otherwise, as close to a circle as possible would be just fine. Just glide your rolling pin around. Let me know in the comment section below if you like making pizzas at home, or you prefer to just order one in, which is obviously the easy choice. I love to make pizzas. So I'll try to get a nice little circle. Not too large. Just keep turning and rolling until you're satisfied if that circle is circle enough for you. when I finish making this pizza, I'm also going to make a quick little healthy smoothie, which is going to be made of pineapple, bananas, and coconut water. That goes nicely. Anytime I make pizzas, that's always my favorite to go drink. So if you haven't got the pizza tray, you can definitely just use your normal oven tray. Put a baking sheet over it like this, a greaseproof sheet, just over on top. Same thing we did earlier. Put a little bit of semolina on the greaseproof sheet and simply lift your pizza dough and put it straight in there. Made a little hole, that's fine. Just put it straight into your baking tray. So you don't necessarily need a pizza tray. You can always use your baking tray and it will work just as fine. So just as before, I'm going to have a little wipe of the table because I like to concentrate on what we're doing. Just give it a quick wipe. That should do just fine. And just like the first pizza, I'm going to start with the base of tomato sauce. Just take a bit of tomato sauce, just like that. Place it in the middle and just apply it around. Just go around until I'm happy with the quantity of tomato sauce I have. Just like that. I think that's just perfect for what I need. And the base always goes with some cheese. Lovely grated cheese. And like I said earlier, I'm using a combination of cheddar and mozzarella. And that just goes around just like that. So everything's done. So our cheese is perfectly ready. Okay. And for this one, I'm using pineapples and some ham. So straight away, this is some cooked ham. So I'll just tear this on the top. This is ham. Just tear the ham on top. Split it around. And I'll take some of these pineapples. There's some chunky pineapples. I just chopped them this evening. Just throw them in here. I like the nice sweetness that pineapple gives to pizza. I know some people hate pineapples in their pizza. I like it. I think it gives it that lovely sweet. My daughter's smiling because she definitely likes pineapple pizzas. It gives it that sweet taste, which I think is great. It's lovely. Just put that just around, just a bit, and that's fine. I'll give my hand a nice little quick wipe, and I'll put a little on the olive oil, just around like that. And I'm going to put this straight into the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. So I'll be right back. So I just looked in the oven and our pepperoni pizza is almost ready. So in the meantime, whilst we wait for that to be ready, I'm going to quickly make a smoothie. So let me clean up my surface and we'll make a nice little smoothie to go with the pizza. Okay, it's fantastic. So over here, I got some pineapple chunks. I've got a very ripened banana. And I've got some coconut water over here. You can definitely add a little bit of sugar if you prefer, but I didn't want to add any today. So I'm going to very quickly peel my banana. And we're going to make a very lovely, quick smoothie that would taste absolutely delicious. Throw the pineapple straight into there. Lots of pineapple, if you like pineapples like I do. And I'm also going to put some coconut water. It helps with the blending, but it's very refreshing as well. So I like to put that's about, let's say 200 mils, that is, of coconut water. And normally we'll just cover these up. And we'll bring this blender and bring this to a very nice little blend. Have a look to see. I think that needs a little bit more blend, so I'll just allow it to blend a bit more. Perfectly ready. I'll take this away for a minute. And how much I love this. It goes very nicely with pizza. Personally, I like it a lot. Just throw that straight into a tall glass. That's perfect. Keep that there for a moment. And I'll get my nice little spoon and put it straight in there. It's been about 10 minutes, so I'm going to have a look at the pizza and see how it's going. Looking beautiful. Pizza's looking absolutely beautiful. So let's have a little taste. Mmm. That's perfect. So I'll bring this tray over because our pizza is ready and we're going to be serving it right away. If you can imagine, it's so easy to make your own pizza at home. The pepperoni one is perfectly ready. It's the timer. Our pepperoni pizza is absolutely beautiful and ready. Be careful, this surface is quite hot, so I normally just use a little cloth and try to glide it off. You'll definitely need a pizza cutter once you glide it off the tray. That's it. And I'll simply just take my pizza and just simply glide it off the tray. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So I like pizzas when they're perfect and hot. So this is lovely and hot. Just use a nice little pizza cutter. And my children are already smiling, ready, waiting to have their first bite. Cut through. Someone's beside me. They've come already to have their bites. Go on, have the first one. That's it. Perfect. Thank you. So that pizza is beautiful, perfectly baked. You can see the back. It only takes 10 to 12 minutes and you have a wonderfully baked pizza right there. And not forgetting our wonderfully made smoothie as well. So we've come to the end of this live baking. I would say wait and see the pineapple and ham pizza, but it's going to take another 8 to 10 minutes for that to bake. So the same method we made this pizza, you can make the same pineapple. Zoom in a bit so you can see. That's it. That's our pizza. It's ready. So it's very easy to make pizza at home. I hope you can try out this recipe. Don't forget to click the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to. Thank you, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye. I'll have my bite. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.